Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Real Madrid versus Brest in one of the biggest games you will ever have to watch in the Champions League history because of all the games that are being played. 18 games are going to be played in one night at the same time. So, if you want to know how Real Madrid can still make it into the top 8, make sure to check out the video. Look, ladies and gents, we've never faced against Brest before. They are currently sitting on 13th. We are currently 16th with only 1 point behind. So the task is very simple. Just beat them. However, as we saw, Brest lost to Shakhtar Donetsk, who are sitting in 27th in the table. So that tells us that we're gonna have a little bit of hope against them, and it's gonna be less of a struggle. They were going at it very well in the beginning of the whole Champions League table gameplay, but towards the end they have slipped quite a little bit. However, if you look at their last 5 games, you can notice that they've of course won 4 out of their 5 games, losing 1 against Shakhtar Donetsk. All the games that they have won have been very tight games by 1 goal and 1 goal only. So it's not like they've been winning very easily, because clearly the scorelines does not reflect that. However, if you look at Real Madrid, ignoring the 5-2 against Barcelona, we have won 5-2, 4-1, 5-1 and 3-0. So we've won 4 of our last 5 games with these amount of goals. Mbappe, of course, rocking everything, doing an incredible job. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, because it all comes down to winning, of course, the 3 points, and it of course comes down to the goal difference. So Real Madrid this time have to put 200% in, not just 100% and just win the game by a few goals. No, we need to score like 5, 6 goals, 7 goals, 8 goals, as many as we can. Of course, unfortunately, we do not have Vinicius Jr., who has been suspended with an unfair yellow card. If you go back and watch the game, the previous Champions League game, on match day 7. Obviously, it was unnecessary yellow card, ridiculous. Now he's missing it when we really need him as well. But it's a good thing as well, since Mbappe has really stepped up, getting himself a hat trick in our previous game in La Liga versus Real Valladolid. Of course, it's going to be a very big game. Very interesting to see what happens. Again, it all comes down to our game and what the results of each other game that is played. So that's pretty much on that side. There is no head to head. There is no statistics I can share, because we are playing them for the very first time. Of course, the predicted lineup is going to be a little bit different, since we're not going to have Lucas Vazquez start most probably, and also Vinicius isn't here. So Thibaut Courtois and goal. Mendy probably is going to come back and play in the Champions League, since he played it last time around, alongside Rudiger and Asensio, and of course Valverde would most likely also start at the right back position, maybe potentially moving Tchouaméni into the center back and then pushing Asensio to the right back position, and then bringing in a fresh new center mid later on in the game. That's a possibility, most likely gonna happen. I don't know, but that's an option for Ancelotti. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. Of course, Modric and Tchouaméni will be in the center mid, and Jude Bellingham will of course start like always. But since we don't have Vinicius, we're gonna go back to our old style of having Rodrigo on the left, Brahim Diaz on the right, and the Kylian Mbappe in the very central position. So it's gonna be a very interesting game, and I hope we win. Last time around, I predicted a 4-0 win for us against RB Salzburg. We won 5-1. Well, I predicted right until we scored and then we conceded. So this time around, I'm also gonna hope to predict something around like 5-0. But of course, it's gonna be much harder than RB Salzburg, or at the pretty much at the very bottom of the table, whereas Brest is currently above us by 1 point. So it's going to be a little bit of a harder game, but hopefully we could push through the threshold and really just get into it. Not allow Brest to attack, just focus on holding on to the possession, moving the ball around, and striking goals. Get as many shots as we can, tire them, exhaust them. That's what we need. This game is the most important game for us, and we need to avoid the playoffs. We need to avoid the playoffs and just hit round of 16. Real Madrid are very deserving of a few days of a break. Few days is also very important. We do need a few days break. So that's why the top 8 is very important. Otherwise, if the schedule wasn't that hectic, I would be like, okay, it's fine, we're in the playoffs, just one or two more games and then that's it. But no, there is a lot of games. So Real Madrid at getting to the top 8 would be the best thing, allowing our team to rest, reevaluate the situation, and reevaluate how we're going to face off against our next opponents. And of course, the draw for the playoffs and everything else will be made clear on the 31st of January. So make sure to check out that video when it comes out. I appreciate you guys all watching in. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what your score prediction is in the comments down below. I'll make sure to read them. Thank you very much. Bye bye.